Which is greater, 7/16 or 3/8? So going to compare two fractions, it looks like. Which is greater, 7/16 or 3/8? Boy, that's very straightforward, very straightforward. So let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. First of all, I've tried to get started with it, and I'm going to finish creating two what I consider pretty much equivalent congruent blocks of space here. We're going to go with and divide this thing into eighths, just like I did up here. By the way, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eighths, all right? So that's what we do. When we divide in eighths, we got to have 8 sections. So here we're going to do the same thing down here on this one. Bring it around, just little blocks. These probably look more like the squares that Nate was talking about earlier. And here we go, just keep with the blocks. Here's the blocks. I'm going to play with it. And how about it? She said, well, Ernie, those look like the same. They're pretty close. They're pretty close. They're meant to be all equal, the same lengths. So let's see. Got 8 here. I've got 8 here. Now, what I'd like to do is see what this looks like as 16ths. So I'm going to come along here, and I'm going to slide right through the middle of these, and we're going to make these 8 little sections now into 16. And if I go along here, and let's again pretend those are the same size, got a little bit higher there in the middle. But let's suppose I look at 7/16. So I'm going to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to pick shade 7 of these. So there's 2, 4, 6, and there comes 7. Okay. Now let's go back up here. 3/8. There's 1, 2, 3. Now from what I can tell, 3/8 and looks like 6/16 are the same distance, the same measurement, all right? And that would be true. We're going to look at that here in just a second, how that works. But I've got a little extra right here, which tells me that this 7/16 takes a little bit more room. Not much. Not much. Actually, 1/2 of an eighth, all right, over here. But it picks up a little bit extra right there. So at this point, by my picture, it looks like it's 7/16. Let's compare it by getting common denominators. Let's see. We don't have the same denominator, so sometimes that confuses students. Sometimes it does. So let's pick up 7/16, and we're going to take a look at 3/8, all right? Now, if I want to get 16ths, folks, I want to have 16ths on both of these, I've got to multiply that 8 by 2. And remember, if you multiply the 8 by 2, you've got to also do the 3 by the 2. And that's going to give us 6/16, which obviously 7 is one more in terms of 16ths than the 6/16. So this one would be greater. This one will be the smaller of the two, based on what we shaded. And here we go. That's what most of you wind up doing anyways, checking your fraction, checking your denominators. And I know some of you probably out there going like, could we just divide it do division and see what the decimal values would be? Exactly, you could. And you would find that this one is a little bit larger than this one. This, I think, comes out to 3/8 would come out to 0.375. This one's going to take you a little bit higher.
For more math help, visit TNLearn.org.